Hi and welcome to AFTV News Daily with me, Cecil G, and who's doing the Willian? Oh my days. So you can tell Turkey is going to be on the show when you saw Willian. Nice and happy. 2 weeks. We didn't get 2 thumbs. We got 1, but 2 weeks until the season starts. You love that photo. Do you remember last season? It was always like, let's use the Willian photo.
Oh mate, what a picture.
Do you know what? Actually, I've got news. I normally go in order of the ticker. However, because I'm going to talk about the game against Watford, but let's go to the Willian news actually, just to start with, because he's the thumbnail. Got some news on Willian, so let's just start with that straight away. It is basically saying that he doesn't want to return back to Brazil. Okay, so this is the story so far. Unwanted Arsenal winger Willian doesn't want to return to his native Brazil, according to journalist George Nicholas. Nicola claims that the 32-year-old 32-year-old who has been linked to Flamengo in recent weeks categorically does not want to play in Brazil next season. He feels comfortable being here. The experienced winger signed for the Gunners last summer but struggled to make a meaningful impact, netting just 1 goal in 37 games. But he was our top assister. Would you be sad to see Willian, leave? I'm playing. Yeah, so Willian.
We're in the first 5 minutes and you're trying to draw me out.
Yeah,
already.
sorry. Let's keep it real. So Willian basically doesn't want to return back to Brazil. I'm guessing he's saying he's happy being here at Arsenal. I don't know who actually would want Willian at this stage. I mean, 1 goal in 37 games, not a great record. But I did say, like I said before, he's a top assister. So he does offer something. And I got criticism for saying fair play to him against Millwall. He had a good game.
Willian out!
As you can hear in the background right there. I think he had a good game. The people that do the edits clip that and put that on. You know what they do. They pick up all the things that I spoke about.
Throw us under the bus and all that.
Of all the things I spoke about, they put that little clip of me saying, I'm not going to criticise, but he had a good game against Millwall. But hey, he's looking like he's going to stay. Because if I'm completely honest, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who's going to come in for him, and like he's being very picky. He doesn't want to go back to Brazil. So
he was on a free last year, and only we were interested.
Yeah, I mean that sums it up.
So a year later, and now we're trying to get rid of him. We need another fool of a club to come and pick him up off us.
Are we a fool of a club?
Well, we're under Kroenke, we are.
Fair. Right. Well, anyway, Turkish, how are you? We didn't do a proper intro. Everything blessed.
Can't complain.
Big up everyone watching as well, and everyone that was here yesterday. Graham and Robbie. It was mad seeing Graham. He kept that from both of us. I don't know. Did you not?
Been a little while. No, I thought it was Robbie and Laurie doing it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I was going to say that, but Josh in the background saying L'Oreal. So yeah, Graham was here with Robbie. They did a breakdown of 5 things that we learnt from the Watford game. I watched it. I'm going to just run through some notes that I wrote down during the game, watched the whole game. Just some little bits. I know Graham and Robbie did go through it, but it's always good to just have some other thoughts. I'll speak to you through it. We've got some super chats, haven't we? Boy, they're flying in this early.
We do.
Okay, go on, do them.
So we got Sonny Leon says, bros just getting Ndombele from Spurs, saucy player.
Would you take him?
And I like Ndombele.
Yeah, so do I.
I don't like Spurs.
So do I.
Yeah, listen, Ndombele, that was a big signing for Spurs, but obviously hasn't worked out for him so far over there. But yeah, I just think he's at Spurs, like the less contact with them, the better. Unless it's going to end up a free transfer and he comes over to the other side. That always works out well.
I don't know how that will go down, but yeah.
We've got Yanni here, says the thing that is winding me up is we have literally 2 weeks to sign a goalkeeper, right back, centre mid and attacking mid. We are a joke. Kroenke out. Hence, 2 weeks to go.
Alright, let's look at the Watford game just quickly, briefly. If you guys didn't watch it, I'm sure many of you did see it. I'm just going to go through some of the notes I wrote. So Leno started for the first time in this pre-season, so he's back. It was nice to see him in goal. I think he didn't have too much of a troubling game, if I'm completely honest. Tavares and Lokonga both started, as well as Willian, Nelson, Nketiah, El Neni, Callum Chambers and Pablo Mari at the back to start. Eddie was up top with Aubameyang. Now Aubameyang, Turkish, was the highest of the two. Eddie was playing more of a, I guess just in like a sit back striker. So I guess kind of just what Lacazette was doing last season, dropping in deep. Aubameyang's been the lone striker, in my complete honest opinion. Not that he didn't have a great game, but it was just an average performance. Like I'm still expecting more from him. I still have my worries I'm going to be honest, I have my worries going into the start
Just
of the
get
season.
the rustiness out, get it out the way. Miss your chances in pre-season, because when the season comes, we can't afford any missed chances. We can't afford any poor performances, and that's not only for Oba and the strikers. That's for everyone.
Yeah, true. But I feel like it's like you said before. It's a big 6 months for him when he starts the season. Quickly, why do they not stream the games live? This is a question I just had when I was watching. Is there or not? Do you know?
You're asking me because you've got
I have a conspiracy, but I want to know if it...
Can you be the one to say it for once? Because everyone expects me to come out and say it. So yeah, you say it for once.
Okay, so I was watching the game on the Arsenal website, and that's what came into my head. I was like, why do they not stream it live? I was going to ask Robbie, but my conspiracy, I don't know if it's true, but obviously it's pre-recorded and then they stream out later. They can kind of cut or pick what kind of gets shown. I know they do show the whole game, but they can if anything was crazy that happened, they can kind of probably cover it up, if I'm completely honest. No games are streamed live, Cecil. Yeah, I know they're not, but why aren't they? Why are the games not streamed live on the Arsenal website? I guess it's pre-season, they might want to cover their backs. That might be the case. I don't know. I'm not an expert on it, but I know about behind closed doors games.
They do have the facilities to stream the game live from where they're playing.
Facts, 100%.
So the question, why? Yeah, that is a question. I wonder if we were to lose one of them 4-1, would it get streamed an hour later?
Yeah, would they make a decision or keep it closed behind closed doors? Because there's a lot of games that go on throughout the season. I know the commentator was saying this. A lot of games go on throughout the season behind closed doors. There's so many. I played against some big players behind closed doors that never ever got viewed because of games like that. So you're right. If it was an absolute battering, and no one knew what was going on, they could choose not to stream it. So it was just a question of mine. I wrote it down. I wanted to know.
Obviously there is a question, to debate there. But it's not the be all and end all. Whether they're protecting themselves against the worst or not, I don't care too much, because I don't look at these pre-season games as anything more than just getting, yourself fit and ready. Understand the formation, understand what the manager wants, and go into the season on the front foot. Yeah, fair.
I
couldn't care less about these pre-season games.
Okay, let me just quickly get Eddie and Ketia. I got to be honest. The goal.
It was a nice
the goal was
a
bad.
Finish.
Yeah, it was cold.
It was a finish.
It was cold. It was Aubameyang-esque, old Aubameyang-esque. But it was cold. Cutting in, wrapped it, and it was perfectly in that corner. So big up. Got to give man props. Listen, it was a good goal. I was impressed to see it. It's a different type of goal for him. I didn't even know not that I didn't know he had that, but you know what I mean. He's a tapping merchant from what I've known and what I've seen. Yeah. It was a goal that I guess I didn't expect. So fair play to him. He looked like he was playing with confidence yesterday, and I believe Robbie and Graham said they learnt that he basically overshadowed Aubameyang or outshined Aubameyang yesterday, and I agree. It was a great goal. Half time it was 1-1. We conceded from a mistake from El Neni.
Yeah. It reminded me of a couple of mistakes we've made over the years during the season under Emery and under Arteta, playing at the back, getting caught either in your own box or in your own thirds, and it resulted in a goal.
I know there's going to be people on their keyboard, Cecil, it's only pre-season. Stop it. I get that. It is only pre-season. It's good to get out the mistakes. I understand. But those mistakes were relevant last season. So for me, it's a bit of a worry. It's always going to be a worry until we get into the new season. There's still mistakes within the squad. We should be worried about that. I don't care if it's pre-season or not, in my opinion. So yeah,
because it's something you want to see eliminated from the squad. Taking risks in silly positions. Yeah, has resulted in us, failing across seasons.
Facts.
So I feel like, even though I say I don't care too much about pre-season, seeing things like that does let me down, because the intensity is not like it's going to be in the season.
Right.
So if you're losing the ball because of a press in pre-season, and you're one of the midfielders we have that's going to play at least 15-20 games. I see if we keep on Nene, he's playing 15-20 games without another midfielder.
Yeah.
And if he's making that type of mistake, it's exactly why we want to, overhaul quickly. Because we're tired of seeing that.
That's what I'm saying. And he's an experienced player. If it was a young player, sometimes you give him the benefit of the doubt, new into the squad, I understand. But El Neni, come on, you experienced, go on. We got a comment.
Super chat from Yanni, and he says, I'm at the point where I want Ramsey, Wilshere, Sanchez and Szczesny back. That is a very low place to be at, I can't even lie. But some of those names, in comparison to some of the names we do have, I understand what you're saying.
You might as well add Shamak and them man in there as well, boy.
Lord Bentner in there. And Hyder says, yes, lad, season starts soon. Ha, incoming 9th. Straight face.
Season starting soon though. That is a positive. I'm buzzing. No, I am. I'm buzzing. Not for how Arsenal may perform, but I want the Premier League football back. Do you know?
Yeah, listen, I want it back because I love football, innit?
Yeah, same.
I love football. I love Arsenal. I don't love what Arsenal have become, but I'm hoping that every new season brings about that change that I've been craving to see for over 10 years now. But that starts with the transfer window, and with us being over 70% of the way through the transfer window, I feel like yet again we've kind of left ourselves short.
I hear that. I still think there's going to be big incomings. I keep saying it. Call me big incoming cess, but there's going to be some big incomings I'm feeling next week.
I'll hold you to that.
Hold me to it. So half-time happened. It was 1-1. Pepe, Laka, Renarsson, Bellerin, Partey and Rob Holding came on. Wasn't really too much going on from there, but the intensity did step up from Arsenal. I must say, I have to say this. I'm going to be honest, Turkish. Lokonga looked unreal. Actually, let me not use unreal. Lokonga looked very comfortable, a very composed, really good performance from him. I'm going to be honest, I've been very impressed. And that's like I said, people keep saying it's pre-season and don't judge the opposition that you're playing. Like, it's only pre-season, it's Watford, it's Millwall, whatever. But I can tell if a player's a player. I think I have a good eye for that personally. He looked very comfortable on the ball and passing the ball forward. And we are back. Hello everyone. This happened yesterday as well, but hey, we've got over it. We're back. Turkish is with me, smiling, you know. I was about to click onto it, we're there. Sorry, I'm going to carry on with my talk of yesterday's game and then we'll move on to the news. There is news, guys. Apologies, there's quite a lot.
Super chat here. Do you want me to get that in before you continue?
Yeah, do the super chat.
Lawrence, before the stream went down, says, best AFTV duo, happy and grumpy. Don't talk about Cecil like that. He's not grumpy. What's going on? Shout out to you both, he said. Lawrence, come on.
This guy, me, you know. Alright, cool, let me get back to this. So, big changes again came at the 63rd minute, still 1-1. Laka scored actually a penalty on the 69th minute to make it 2-1. After that, Emil Smith-Rowe as well, when he came on, I have to say this. Bro, he spoke about this number 10 shirt comes with pressure or whatnot, but he feels like he can fulfill it, confident now.
Yeah.
It's a big season for him. Bro, he came on and was doing a madness. I'm going to be honest. Not like crazy, like step overs and beating people and whatnot, but confidence, driving at players. Like, yes, we've seen it with Emil Smith-Rowe before, but with this game, it was like every time I got the ball, it was like, I'm starting the attack. I'm taking control of this. This is me now.
Yeah.
Hey, Smith-Rowe, yeah? That's the energy we need going into the next season.
More ownership, more accountability. He's still very young, but he knows the pressure the number 10 brings. He's got a new contract, and his first appearance since that new contract, you'd want to see that energy. You'd want to see that drive, ambition, determination. Far too often, I feel like players over the last 10 years have been spectators on the pitch.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he was that. His mindset seems like it's changed, and that's. I know I've only again, it's just pre-season, but I can spot a lot. He does seem like he's just like, yeah, this is my season. I'm taking control of this. And I respect that. Kieran Tierney, he kicked off, started rowing and wanted to have a fight with someone to tear up. I know we spoke about it yesterday as well. But yeah, it was mad. Pre-season game. Man was ready to beef the Watford lot, you know.
Listen, when you're a player in the mould of Kieran Tierney, every game, you know, to you matters.
And so it should. Yeah. And so it should. It was so funny. I was like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, right, he's trying to start. Like, go for it. By himself as well. No one seemed to back it. It was just him and then a few Watford people. But, you know, it is what it is. Kieran Tierney also scored off a cross to make it 3-1. And then Miguel Aziz scored a banger.
Yeah.
Absolute banger.
Very good finish.
Absolute
banger. Confident, took it well. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's what, 18 turning 19?
Yeah, young player. I've got down for my players of the game. Pepe, hands up. You know me, I've been critical of him. Keep saying it. It's big season for you, sir, as well, Nicholas. But he had a really good game. Yeah. Really good game, really direct. Lacazette as well was up there for me, and Lokonga and Emil Smith-Rowe. My players, I think they were just top in that game. So yeah, that was my notes from the Watford game. Thank you for listening. I'm going to kind of go into the news now. Whether anyone cared about my thoughts is whatever, but
we don't care.
But no, I just wanted to say it's something to look forward to. I am excited for the start of the season. I'm excited for more signings as well. to hopefully walk through the door.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Right, guess what we're going to speak about next. Something we spoke about this whole pre-season, whole transfer window. What player do you think I'm speaking about? The next, we always speak about him. Who do you think it's going to be?
BBW.
You're a bad guy.
What?
It's right. You're right, but it's not
Benjamin Billy White. No, isn't that his name?
Benjamin William White.
Yeah, but Billy short.
Short for Billy. But so what, you're gonna call him BBW?
Okay. Cool.
You can't call him that, Turkish. We're gonna talk about Benjamin White. He's been given the number 18 shirt, but has yet to be confirmed at Arsenal. Arsenal, what are you doing?
We're still waiting.
How long, bruv? Come on. I get the medical procedure. I understand it. I've done it at a club. It doesn't take this long, bro. Even when something's wrong with your medical, you can still announce the players at the club. Come on, man. Come on. I know there was rumours that he was at the club yesterday.
They want the fancy pictures. They want the fancy videos.
How long does that take, man?
Listen, the editors at Arsenal, mate. Yeah.
Bro, come on.
The editors at AFTV are better than the editors at
100
Arsenal.
They must be, because we're going to wait an eternity for this signing to be announced. We know you're there, Ben White. Please, I know it's not down to you, but Arsenal, just announce it, man. Please, I want to see him on Sunday. I just want to see him on Sunday.
Yeah,
that's all.
The sooner the better. We see him in the kit. Get used to the idea.
Get some game time against a good opposition, Chelsea. Just announce him, man. We all know he's here.
He has to come in against Chelsea.
That's exactly that.
He has to come in against
Chelsea. I'm not gonna put money on it. But tomorrow, I'm expecting a big announcement. Fancy photos, the walk down the corridors in slow-mo. Yeah, I expect that. Benjamin White, number 18 shirt. Partey obviously used to have it. It's now gone to Benjamin White. I wonder what number Partey. I don't know what number he's got now.
5.
But 5, yeah. Calm. Thank you for that. Nice.
No worries.
Here, Turks on the show. Thanks for.
I should know that. Isn't it?
Yeah. So Partey's got the 5.
Yeah.
Benjamin White's got 18. Lovely. Okay. Arsenal. I've spoken about that already. Arsenal confirmed Ben White already. Isco, an option for the Gunners.
Isco.
Oh,
I'm tired of hearing that guy's name linked to us.
He's been linked to us
and
loads,
I was a fan of Isco.
So was I.
I was a big fan of Isco.
But the more he gets linked, the more it's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like another one of those ones. But Isco reminds me of like the Benzema links and other players. Jan and Vieira at one time he was linked to over and over again. Just Draxler's another one.
Oh, Draxler is every window.
Isco just reminds me of that now.
Okay, well I'm going to read the story and then you take the super chat. Isco asking price set. Whilst Arsenal have been strongly linked to Martin Odegaard this summer, they could be set to renew a move for Real Madrid midfielder Isco. It happens every window. According to ABC, the Spaniard is available for just 17 million this summer and is keen to leave the Santiago Bernabeu. Now, 17 million though.
Yeah.
17 million though. 17 million though. I mean,
is that what they're saying?
That's what he's reported. That's the value available for just 17 million. I mean, that's a good price. People are trying to get out of Real Madrid, is what I'm hearing.
How old is he now?
It's got to be. I'm gonna guess 29.
Not that it's overly important. I've still had, I'm still not on Isco bandwagon now. I feel like that if that was a deal to be done, it would have been done 4, 5, 6 years back or however.
Yeah, there will be a lot of people saying give him time to adjust and that when it comes to Brit Light and all that, and potentially.
But who'd be surprised being linked with Maddison, Odegaard all summer and then getting a Isco or a war?
That would probably. Oh, he's 29. He is 29.
Yeah, he's getting on, man.
Yeah, to be fair,
it's not like he brings leadership qualities. It's not like he brings a character that can help change the dressing room around. I feel like that's the sort of players we should be going for in their mid to late 20s. Players that are going to make a difference in the dressing room, mentality, character, motivation type. I don't think Isco brings that.
I hear that. That's a fair point. I wouldn't mind seeing Isco at 17 million, but again, I think you were right in what you're saying. It's not the profile of player that we kind of want. I need strong mindset, strong mentality, big winners, and still hungry to have a longer career. You want players that are coming towards the end that are just kind of done and just use Arsenal as like a retirement home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The holiday, Willian. That was quite harsh.
Exactly.
I've bigged up Willian previously, but in his past games. But yeah, but some players, that's what it felt like last season. They were just here to just collect their check, live in London.
Holiday camp.
Yeah. I know that used to just get on my nerves, but anyway, let's.
One of our legends come out this season and actually said.
They said that, yeah. Sorry, yeah, it was. No, it was
Petit that said.
I don't know who said it, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's where I must have got it from. Yeah, that's what it seems like when I used to watch them play. Like they're just chilling, don't care. All right, sorry, take this super chat because.
Yeah, H here says suddenly we're linked to Martinez and Bruno. Is this us being unclear what our priorities are, or just media BS? I think both. I think the media bullshit is up there with Arsenal fans, and I think our priorities are all over the gaff yet again. He says big up Turkish and Cecil. Sweet top, Cecil. You're getting a lot of love for the top, by the way. A lot of comments here saying, yeah, quality.
Can't lie, I'm slightly gassed. It's thanks to Turkish that I have this top. Rocky, if you've seen the Supporters Club, he had it. And I said it in the show when I bought it. It just took me back to a time. You might not have seen it, the players playing it. It's because it was for Stand Up, Speak Up, which is basically an anti-racism campaign. That was one of about 17 that are out at the moment. But it was one that stuck with me because they used to have the wristbands as well. You know, like when wristbands were a thing, the rubber ones. They had double, like I said, they had a black and white one, Stand Up, Speak Up. I remember having it in school, going to my assembly, and I was gassed. And then luckily, Rocky had it, took me right back. Obviously, Omri on the back.
Cold. I'm actually jealous. Even though I sorted him out, I'm jealous. If it was my size, I would have taken it, but
I'm gassed. I'm gassed. I can't lie. But it is what it is. Listen, there's many tops you've got that I would kill for.
I know. I ain't got that one.
You've got pretty much every other top. But anyway, it is what it is. Listen, love for the love. Thank you. It's one of my favourite tops I've got, apart from the burgundy one with Omri on the back. That's my favourite top and my Dreamcast. But yeah, anyway, back to the news. The media BS that you said though, that super chat. I don't know either, but I'm falling for a hook, line and sinker. I'm going to be honest. I saw that it was linked to a striker. I think we need a striker. And yeah, I'm falling for every media publication at the moment, if I'm honest, because I'm hopeful. It gets like this towards the end of the transfer window. It always does, bro. Like things start to build, you get excited. Come when it's the last bit. The clubs know as well. They play on it. Don't announce him until the end of the window. They're like, it's petty. It's old school. I'm used to it. I've seen it, but still, I fall for it. You know, it's just me.
It's you and a lot of others. I'll be honest. It's not just you. H here says fans get onto you for being negative. 2 8th place finishes, for fuck's sake. Says, big up UH. Peanut says, how much do Arsenal need to spend to realistically get back into the top 4? If White cost 50 mil, my best guess is they need another 300 million minimum.
That's a lot.
I'd say 200 to 300 mil, yes, but you also have to include 1 to 2 seasons in that. Like I said in previous shows, I don't think if we go out and spend 200, 300 mil in the next few weeks, I don't think we get top 4. Just because I feel like the massive overhaul that is needed, and it is needed, that sort of an overhaul is needed. You need to, give it time to gel and give it time to kind of find its feet. So I still feel that 200, 300 mil plus 1-2 seasons can get us back into top 4.
With the same manager?
In my opinion, no.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah, in my opinion, no.
Okay, there's nothing you need to elaborate on that. That's fine. That's what question I thought. I don't know if it would be if Arteta can take us to there. He might be able to with the players, but from what I've seen, I don't agree or believe so either. Our super chats are flying in. All right, go on, carry on with them.
Signings need to be young and upcoming. Martin Odegaard in brackets, or the best players from other teams. Martinez in brackets. Otherwise, I'm not interested in any links like Isco. And I get that. Young and upcoming, or the best players from other teams, which probably being a good level of experience, character, mentality. I'm with you on that one. Sam says Onana, Basuma, Maddison, done. I assume you mean done as in you're happy with that, Sam, and I would be happy with that too. I just still feel like we'll be some way short of top 4.
There's no right back there for you.
I'm not saying we need even if we got the right back on top of that, which plugs all the gaps we have in the starting 11.
Still not going to make top 4.
We still wouldn't make top, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I genuinely believe that there's other clubs above us that are more solid and been together longer and have made more signings as well, or bigger names that it would be hard to overhaul them for.
This is the first season.
Overtake them.
I haven't predicted us finishing top 4 for a while now, but this is the first summer that I've said, regardless of what we do this summer, we can't get top 4. This is the first summer I've said that because we've gradually fell off so much that we're at a point now where one summer doesn't fix it. I even feel like last summer, with the quality of the league that we just saw, there was an opportunity. If they had spent 200-300 million last summer, we could have snuck top 4 because of the other teams flailing. Yes, the other teams can flail this year and they might fuck about, but the likelihood of Chelsea, City, Liverpool, United fucking about finishing at the top 4 is highly unlikely. Hence why I think there's nothing we can do this summer to change that. That's why I want to do as much as we can this summer, because we've got another season in a sense that's, in Premier League terms, will go down the drain. Obviously, we've got FA Cup and League Cup where we can challenge for, hopefully.
Yeah.
But Premier League, there's not going to be much in it for us. So I want to just get as much business done as possible. That's why even with the Lacazettes and Eddies and Chambers with 11 months left, remember I asked in the last show, what do we need them for? Because if we're not going to get top 4, what do we need a lot of these players for?
Yeah, that's a hard question.
Surely we should kind of try and reduce the wage bill some more. Surely we should try to get some money in, and regardless if we spend it this summer or next summer, we leave ourselves in the best possible position financially and health-wise as a company, as a club.
As a company.
Yeah, so I think that just do everything you can this summer, even if you leave yourself short in some areas. You've done that in the past anyway. Do
you think the Cronkies should do all they can anyway just to save their own skin this summer, or do you think they really just don't care? Like,
this is another summer that shows they don't care.
Yeah, because
you can't tell me 50 million by Ben White shows me they care, because so far we would have spent 75 mil on 3 players, and I think that goes along the lines of what you'd expect as a bare minimum.
It's true.
So I can't look at that now and say, oof, yeah, we're spending money.
Yeah, I just find that,
because now that's 75 mil. Once you make some player sales, let's say Willock goes, let's say Maitland-Niles goes, Eddie or Lacazette or Bellerin or Xhaka, that whittles down maybe to 20 million net spend, or maybe you balance it out and break even. And then do we now go back in and spend 100, 200 mil? We don't. So it's another summer where there was that summer where we bought Cazorla, we bought Podolski, I believe, and we just come off that Van Persie season. It was a mad season for Van Persie.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, wait. Cazorla, Podolski, Van P up top. It's looking kind of mad.
It's looking nice.
Van P gets sold to Man United. And it all makes sense. Similar with Aston Villa. They bringing in Buendia. They bid for Emil Smith-Rowe. Leon Bailey's linked. But essentially, they're going to sell Grealish, and it all makes sense in the end. You know, it looks like maybe a few steps forward, but then you come backwards again when the long-term goal of the window is accomplished. So we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. I might be proven wrong, but I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I hope you're wrong. I'm going to be honest, because I want to see more signs come in, but I'm just surprised the Cronkies really aren't, after the season, on the protests, everything last season, that they're not making a bid at least to try and bridge the gap between them and the fans, and trying to bring in loads of signs or spending money. I know it could be in a COVID year, and I know they keep saying outgoings first, but like, surely you want to show that you care for the club, and I know they never proved to us that they do, but fucking hell, man, they're backs against the ropes.
Since COVID, since March 2020 till July 2021, Kroenke has made profit. He's made money.
Really?
Yeah. When you look at all his businesses combined, he's made money.
Oh, with all his business.
So all this talk about COVID impacted and all of that.
Yeah.
My man's made money, and then you look at Roman Abramovich over at Chelsea last summer, and a lot of people like to say, well, he only spent that much because the summer before they had the transfer ban. Well, during that transfer ban, they still spent 50 million on Kovacic. How many summers have we had under Kroenke where we've spent around 50 mil? So there's no excuse, that he can and he should do that, but he evidently doesn't care enough to do that.
Yeah, facts.
And that's not going to change. If it hasn't changed now after the Super League mess and after 2 8th place finishes, the likelihood of it changing and Kroenke being the owner that turns a corner and changes all of our minds is highly unlikely.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. All right, let's take this super chat. Hopefully this can bring us back in.
Maddison is just hype, guys. I would rather go for Isco or Sabitzer. Yeah, very different players, and we lack experienced players. Arteta is emulating Diego Simeone minus MDF. I don't know what MDF stands for.
I'm trying to figure out what it means.
I'm trying to figure it out as well.
Okay, why are you figuring
Sabitzer I'll take 100%.
Yeah, Sabitzer I'll take. I like
He's done well at Leipzig. He looks a leader. I'll definitely take him.
Sabitzer, Renato Sanchez I'll take. On that Maddison note, I'm going to quickly just fly to Maddison, the Maddison boost section on that quickly. Maddison was initially included on the bench for their tie at Adams Park, a game which Leicester lost 1-0, and was eventually introduced. He was eventually introduced for the second half as Rodgers made 11 changes at the break. However, the composition of the two teams was widely different. The majority of the club's more established stars, including the likes of Jamie Vardy, Wilfred Ndidi, Wesley Fofana and Soyuncu, began the first half. So they're basically saying that there's a boost that Maddison might be coming to us because he played players in the first half that are going to be staying, and the second half were more youngsters Maddison was playing in the second half. So is that a boost for us to get excited about, that Maddison might be on his way because the players that played in that second half are players that are looking to be moved on at Leicester? You let me know. We might be speculating, we might be getting ahead of ourselves. I still believe he's going to come through the door. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a feeling. They haven't always been right. But yeah, no, I think Maddison will definitely, but will come through the doors this summer. I really hope he does.
Sticking your neck on the line.
I am, man. I am. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Until it isn't.
So we're going to move on from that boost. Super chats. Talk to me.
Airborne says,
comments.
Get Pereira from West Brom. I rate Pereira. Neves and Neto on loan. I assume you mean the goalkeeper Neto, not the Wolves attacker. Even though I like the Wolves attacker too, but I get you there, and I agree with that. I'd take all three, especially in the position we're in now. We've got another one here that says, Man United fan here. Love the job you guys are doing. Big up Cecil and Turkish. Love from India. Good luck for AFTV's team and Arsenal for the coming season. Thank you very much. Appreciate all the love. So love for the love as always, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button. We're not even on 400 likes yet.
I know, I just saw that. I just liked it.
Come on, you know what has to happen when me and Cecil are on this show? We have to hit 1,000 likes before the show ends. So then I can get on the phone to Robbie and say, listen, this is a duo you need to represent News Daily every single night.
It's a good contrast. You got a younger generation. Well, we are the younger generation, both of us. And then you got Graham.
I'm young, yeah?
Yeah, you got Graham and Robbie representing for the older generation. Hold tight the gang. And then me and James will be back as well. So big up all of us. But man.
I'm only joking about it. James and Robbie, they are for different perspectives. Me and you, different perspectives. And
it's what it's about. It's a very diverse team, and it's good. I think it's all coming together really well. Not to talk about the team and boost it up, but that's what it is. And we like speaking to you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying us.
Yeah.
Right.
We got a clarification on the MDF. He meant midfielders, and I get you. That's very different. And he also said Arsenal need to get good business people as well as who can sell players and make profit. Whom did we make profit on after Iwobi? Very true. And that was what Richard Garlick was meant to come in and do this season. Negotiations and all
he's
that.
Missed out on so many deals.
Well, the one he had to do, he got
wrong.
He got bamboozled by Aston Villa. And if Aston Villa are,
I think he got promoted as well. He got a job title change, which was an improved job title change. And I don't know how they came to a conclusion of giving him that. But hey, I don't know. It is what it is. I don't work there. It is what it is. Let's just hope players do come in. We got Ben White. But he's not yet announced, so we don't even know. Quickly, we're going to move on to Bruno. It's a tough last name here, Turkish. This is for you.
Leon would be willing to open talks with Arsenal over Bruno Guimaraes.
We're going to go with Guimaraes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Leon would be willing to open talks with Arsenal over Bruno Guimaraes if the Gunners make an offer above 30 million. He's a midfielder, guys. This broke this afternoon this broke. 23 years old. Again, another 23-year-old player. Midfield, I don't know too much about him. He's right-footed, quite a young talent, and that's pretty much all I've kind of got for you guys. I'm going to be honest, I don't know loads. But yeah, they're saying 30 million. I mean, I don't know enough about him to say if I'd want him in or not. I know there's other, but I think it's quite a cheap option in 30 million. Do you know much about him?
Listen, we've been linked to midfielders so far this summer, and I'd much rather some of the names we've been linked with. Like Basuma was the fans' choice moving into the summer. I'd love a Basuma. Then Neves became, in the rumour mill once the Xhaka to Roma rumour started. And I wouldn't mind Neves. Locatelli came about. I wouldn't mind Locatelli. This guy here, I don't know enough about him to say yes.
Yeah,
and when I compare him to the other names we've been linked with, it would seem like
is it a cop out?
We either haven't done enough to get the big names over the line, or we can't sway the big names because of the position we're in. So either way, I'd think that it's cutting a corner.
Yeah.
Hence why I'd rather not. If we have an idea for someone, like let's use Liverpool as an example. Liverpool wanted Van Dijk. They tried to do something with Southampton and it didn't work, and Southampton came out and Southampton said, you know, we'll take you to the cleaners if you carry on with Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Liverpool didn't go out there and try and replace Van Dijk with another signing that's 30 mil or 40 mil or 20 mil or whatever. They waited till January and they done the business. They got the man. Similar to United last year with Sancho, they really wanted Sancho. It didn't work out. They waited till this season. They got Sancho. So I don't want us to want to Neves or want to Locatelli or want to Bissouma, and because we can't get him in this window, we then decide to go with a cheaper option that's available. Because okay, short term we might be happy we got a signing in, but long term you might be left with a player that doesn't really bring anything to your squad and was a panic buy.
Did we do that with Aouar? Or not?
If we really wanted Aouar, then we would have got him this summer, because we was interested all last summer.
Yeah, all of last
and
summer.
we would have got him this summer, especially with how much he's being rumoured to be available for now. So, you know, I feel like sometimes cleaning the slate without rushing into a panic is the best way to approach even a window.
Okay, I hear that.
Know who you want and get who you want.
It's not as easy as that, if I'm completely honest.
It's not, but it can take a year. It's taken a year for Man United with Sancho. It took 6 months for Liverpool with Van Dijk. Both bigger clubs than us, both with more money to work with.
Yeah, both in better positions.
More stature to work with at the time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a lot harder for us. But, you know, just don't be stuck in the same position that you've been stuck in for the past 5 years.
And then
inflated contracts for people that don't deserve it. Lie to fans and tell us wages and all that's become it's the roundabout. So hopefully we exit.
You're right. You spoke about Locatelli. You just spoke about him in that little brief speech there. So I want to read a statement that was just released today. A statement that has been made over the future of Arsenal target Manuel Locatelli. The Gunners have been eyeing up the Italian since his spectacular showings for the Italy at Euro 2020. But Sassuolo's, I'm so bad at his name. Sassuolo's CEO Giovanni Carnevali has said that a deal will only suit the Italian outfit. In an interview with Gazzetta dello Sport, he said, "We're waiting for the right bid for Locatelli. If it doesn't arrive, he will stay here. We're not going to sell our best players later in August either." So they're basically saying he wants to go Juve. We all know that he wants to go Juve, which is fair. It's his dream club. We can't knock a player for that. But I actually don't think he's at all going to come to Arsenal. So I think these links need to kind of be dropped now. I really doubt he will make the transition over Turkish, if I'm completely honest, because again, like I said, he's waiting for Juve. I don't think we're going to put the money or the bid in for him that he wants to see.
As well as waiting out for the player you want, make sure the player you want wants to join you. Yeah. So with this Locatelli one, as much as I just said you wait for the player you want, you don't wait for a player that's waiting for another club.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, because again, that's not the mentality and character you want. You don't want a player come in here thinking to themselves, "Oh, I should have waited," or "Oh, I should have been at Juve and Turin instead of Arsenal and London." You don't want that type of mentality. You don't want second guessing. You want someone that wants to come here, knows the challenge on hand, and hits the ground running. And with Locatelli, I wouldn't even say he's flirting. He's waiting on Juventus.
Yeah, he is. He's waiting on the offer.
We should just pull out. You know, we're being used as a bargaining chip if we are interested. So one way or another, we should just come out and say we're not.
That's true. That bargaining chip statement is 100% facts. They're probably saying, the agent's saying, well, Arsenal want him, so come on, up the fee, or we want this. At least put in a bid. There's interest. I think we're almost through a lot of the news. I've got a little
chat here.
Oh yeah, do the super chat.
Yeah.
Go on.
Vieira going to finish above Arteta, then Arsenal hire Vieira. It's a never-ending cycle. If Arteta gets sacked, I would love Bielsa at the club. He'll do well. I'm a big fan of Bielsa. With Vieira, I want Vieira to be a success. You know, I don't want him to tarnish his name.
So do I. He's one of my favourite legends. Obviously, Pierre-Emerick is top of that list, but yeah, I want him to succeed. I wouldn't want to see him at Arsenal because again, he's one of those players. There's iconic players that if he comes to the club, I wouldn't want to see him fail. Yeah. So I like the consortium idea of him being that when Daniel Ek comes in, which I guess probably wouldn't happen now. Actually, then if
just depends. Like he'd have a choice to make, I guess. If one day in November, Kroenke decides to sell to Ek, I guess Vieira would have a choice to make, innit?
That'd be mad. Imagine that. That happens. Like Yeah, Daniel takes over and like he has to make a decision.
That's how
like,
this is going to happen. It might not happen this season. It might
all
not
or
happen in
nothing
the next
will
5
be
years.
lit.
Yes, if it happens this season like that, then
it's
100%.
it'll be lit.
100%.
It won't happen
That's
like
what's
that,
going to happen. We're going to wake up one day, similar to Wenger. We woke up one day, something popped up, asked Wenger to leave at the end of the season. The same is going to happen with Kroenke. We're going to wake up one day and it's going to be like Kroenke open to selling Arsenal. Like I said, it might not be this year, it might not be in 5 years, it might not be in 10, but that's the way it's going to happen. We're not going to see it coming. That's why a lot of people that put all their faith off the back of the Super League thing and the protests and Daniel Ek's interest, you can't put all your faith in that, because that can also put Kroenke's back up in a sense where it's like, hold on, the fans are chatting shit. This Daniel Ek trying to come in, you know, under the radar. These men must be mad. I'm a billionaire. Don't chat to me.
And that's how I feel like that's how he moves.
And even
he's always like, stop putting in the bids. I don't need your money. Like,
but they said that. That's
what he said. I know he
and
moves
we know
like
they don't
he
need
like
the money, but that shows you that he's got his back up about either the way the fans have been acting or the way Daniel Ek came in. Now, Daniel Ek said it's going to be a long journey. Thierry Henry said it's going to be a long journey. And we should all know it's going to be a long journey. I expected Kroenke to knock the first few back. I didn't expect him to sell out straight away. But I expect also that once another year goes by, maybe 2 years, you know, the finances start getting affected more, because they have been over the last 3 years, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
He's going to have a decision to make, and it's not going to be a decision off the back of fan pressure or off the back of Daniel Ek pressure. It'll be his own decision based off of the financial implications that he's found Arsenal at.
Yeah, but it feels
3,
like this is
4,
the time,
5,
man.
6 years of loss making. It's not sustainable. You know, all this talk about self-sustaining for 10, 15 years, we're making losses now. Yeah, that can't be sustainable. So something has to change, but so far nothing's changed. You know, that's mad.
That is
something
so
has to change,
yeah.
but so far nothing's changed. So
that can be said about a lot of topics in politics, in life right now. So much has to change, but it just feels like we're going around a complete roundabout circle over and over and over again. Some nice positive news for Turkish. Wenger considering management return.
Swear that.
Yeah, Wenger. So Arsenal legend Arsene Wenger is considering a return to management, according to Swiss newspaper Blick. The report claims that the Frenchman is being considered as a candidate to manage the Switzerland national team in the coming months. Wenger has spent the last 3 years working for governing body FIFA since he left the Gunners back in summer of 2018. So he's considering making a return to management of the national team Sweden, meaning he'll be with Xhaka. Him and Xhaka.
I don't see no truth in that. If Wenger's gonna come back, if it's to Switzerland,
I think he'll go to an international.
I think it has to be a ready-made international team where success is either around the corner or they've got the squad but they haven't found it with their last manager. I don't think Wenger's gonna go in for another big project or another.
No, I don't. Yeah, a project. I don't think he would.
Another risk that's gonna have an effect on his
brand,
legacy.
his name, and his legacy. You're right. I do agree with that. But I think national team would be the best avenue back into management if he wanted to. I think that'd be the best route for him to go back into managing. But anyway, we'll see. There's more news. I don't know if there's no more super chats that are coming on in comments here. No, not Sweden. So I don't know what's going on here.
You said Sweden, that's why I was thinking, did this guy say Sweden?
Did I say Sweden? Switzerland.
When I said Switzerland, I thought to myself, did this guy say Sweden? Is he talking about another player?
Cecil out.
Yeah,
oh, mad. Switzerland. I meant Switzerland.
Man said Swedenland.
Sometimes my brain just runs off. Anyway. Right. No, don't clip that. Let's not clip that. Switzerland people, apologies. That was complete mistake of mine. Right, we're going to move on quickly to some news that actually upsets me a little bit. Cedric Soares to Fenerbahce rumours. I'm told the Portuguese defender is determined to fight for his place at Arsenal. No offers currently on the table as of today, but Fenerbahce are interested in Cedric. I would hate to see him go. It doesn't make sense for him to go.
Fenerbahce are broke.
So it's not
going to happen.
Thank you.
They're
Thank you. That makes me happy. I know Cedric is trying to prove himself that he's a valuable asset to the club, and he should be. He wants to prove himself that he can be starting, and I believe he can be. I really do believe he can be starting.
Then again, I wouldn't put it past the club to loan him out with an option to buy next year. I wouldn't rule that.
That
out.
wouldn't make. But Arteta signed him
sense,
saying he's the best right back and the most technical player in that position. I just don't. None of this makes sense. And nothing ever does, to be fair, at Arsenal.
Exactly.
I can't lie. Make it make sense, please. But Cedric, I'm assuming he'll be here for the start of the season.
Yeah, I hope so, because he's the only well, I say expert, but he's the only true right back we have. You know, obviously Chambers is an inverted centre back kind of player, and Bellerin's a fashionista and that. So the only out and out right back we got is Cedric. So
you're mad.
You know.
I hear that. For goodness sake. All right, cool. Last little bits of news, and before we take some of your comments and we wrap up, I was going to quickly just say a big up to John Jules. He's just joined Blackpool on a season-long loan. He's a youngster, and good luck to him on his loan. I hope he has a successful loan and he comes back and hopefully fights for first team spot.
Josh, Nathan said Cecil is a fruity don, pass it on.
These guys, bro.
Go outside and pass it on to Lorian round the gaff.
Madam, do you know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm not even going to do that because my missus will be locked off. We won't be able to go back into my house. So let me not start butt feeding into that. Also, Arsenal youngster Harry Clark is close to signing for Ross County on a loan as well.
Oh, Clark's the one that started against Hibernian, isn't it?
Yeah. He played well as well.
Nice to see we warmed him up for
a move.
For another club.
For another move, that's how it is. And then lastly, I've got some quotes here from Rob Holding. I just took these because I found them quite interesting. So I'm going to read through them. You let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments. So, Rob Holding spoke about the upcoming season. He starts by saying, we've got to be aiming to get back into the Champions League. He says, with no Europe this season, we've got no distractions or fixture congestion and can really focus on our Premier League games. I think Liverpool did the same a few years ago and Chelsea similarly when they won the league with Antonio Conte first year. So it can be a blessing in disguise in some aspects. We've just got to think of it that way and hit the ground running. So that's one. That's not all of it. That's just one thing. I like that. He also goes on to say, I see Chelsea as a competitive rival for us. He says, I don't see them as a team we aspire to be like, and I don't think they see us that way either. There's a mutual respect between us and a recent history with FA Cup finals and playing each other in big games. I don't think that because they won the Champions League, we need to be more like Chelsea. Our results and league position need to improve, of course, but when we play each other, it's competitive. Obviously, he's talking ahead of Sunday's game against Chelsea. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest, that wasn't much in that. I read a lot more than that, but I thought that was the juicy parts, but there wasn't much in that. But he's looking forward, obviously, to the game on Sunday and saying it's going to be very competitive.
Who was that? Holding?
Rob Holding.
Why can't he just come out and say, listen, Chelsea have had a lot of success over the last 10 years and most clubs would want the success they've had. Instead of saying we don't want to be like Chelsea, I wouldn't say we want to be like Chelsea. We
just won the Champions League. Yeah, it's like...
There's no mutual respect between one club that gives us Czech, Louise and Willian. That's not respect. Yeah. So just be honest. I know we're rivals. I know we're London rivals, and I know the last 10 years have favoured Chelsea. But just be a bit more honest. We can all see that. We'd want to be like Chelsea in terms of competing and challenging.
I want a Champions League, blood.
So why can't
I want a Champions League. I want a Champions League.
Why can't I pay a say?
I don't know. Media. I guess in media training. I guess Hey. Would you have been if he said no? You wouldn't be annoyed at that, would you? If he did say the honest truth.
It's facts. How can you be annoyed with facts? A lot of people get annoyed with facts, but it's a fact that Chelsea have been competing for the last 10 years for bigger trophies than Arsenal. So why wouldn't you want to be a bit like that? He's intelligent enough to try and soften what he's saying there by saying, we've got a mutual respect for each other and FA Cup finals and all that. But come on, let's talk about the Champions Leagues and the Premier Leagues that they've had over the last 10 years. Of course, you'd want to be like that. Yeah,
I hear that. Like I said, I want a Champions League. But he also did say about there being no distractions to get into a Champions League spot due to, no European football. Thoughts on that? Do you think it's achievable? Do you think the no distractions of midweek games can benefit us? Or do you still think, bro, look, come on now. Let's be serious. I would love to know.
They're stripped of all the excuses that have been present for the past how many years, and they're stripped of the too much, competitions and lack of depth excuse this season. So he's right. Without Europe, we should be in a better, healthier state week by week in the Premier League. We should be.
Yeah, we should.
But that, just not having Europe doesn't accommodate for United buying Sancho and Varane, or City buying Grealish, or Liverpool buying Konate, or Chelsea, doing their business.
Yeah, true.
Just having no European football doesn't accommodate for that. you know. So like, yes, it's good that we can focus a bit more, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to expose a lot more players as well.
It will, and you've hit the nail on the head there. I don't know I suppose.
But it's good in terms of
you can't hide and you need to see the real.
Now people need to stand up and be counted. You know, and if you finish top 4 somehow this season, then wow.
Yeah, because this European football excuse, like we can focus on the league, fair enough, but like the other sides have strengthened their squad and got more depth because they're prepared for these midweek games. They understand how it goes, and they're still going to be putting out strong outfits on the weekend when they play in the Premier League. So for me, it's all well and good. You can focus on the Premier League, but other teams will be focusing on the Champions League and the Premier League, or the Europa League and the Premier League, or the Europa Conference League and the Premier League. But no, it's true. It's to me, it's not really an excuse. But you know, hopefully that what Rob Holden said in that statement, hopefully they can focus on the league and they can push their way up. I want to be pleasantly surprised this season. My expectations are going to be very low, so we can aim very high. Yeah.
Let me know how that works out in a year.
Yeah, word.
Or 11 months.
I'll be singing "Take Your Time with It" on the first game of the season, and then Turk should be just looking at me, shaking his head like,
"Take your time with it." No more.
He'll be
Partey,
slapping me like,
no more,
"Have you not learnt?"
No more Doneo and all of these people. No. Let's just focus on the bread and butter. And the bread and butter is what happens on the football pitch.
Yeah.
Not all
the gimmicks,
nonsense around it. We've got a couple of super chats here before you continue.
We're wrapping up. That's all the news.
That's all the news for
today.
We got having about 6 minutes left. Still 200 likes off 1,000. Come on, sort that out, people.
Oh, we're not at 1,000 yet. Come on, guys. Look what Turkish said. When we're both on, please, man, give us the 1,000, man. Give us the 1,000, man.
And we got, I can't even say this name.
Let me go.
If I can't say it, how the hell are you gonna say it? Stress. That's how I see it. But it is what it is. Self-sustainable is a fancy word for saying the boss won't pay. Ek and Dangote need to team up. WW. You said E, but DX is WWF style. Come on, big up the old school.
The old school. Look at you.
DX gang and go after the authority at Arsenal football. Oh, listen, I wouldn't mind a few pedigrees being dished out to Kroenke and his son and that. So I agree. Micah says, what do you think of this? Going in for Areola at PSG. That's true. Donnarumma's gone there. As their keepers are set there, that would be a steal. One question. We talk about Maddison and Odegaard a lot, yeah? And that seems like our main 2 targets, and Chris Wheatley's pretty much confirmed that, yeah?
Yeah, fair.
We got another super chat saying, shout out Don Cecil, Soares on free transfer for striker.
Big up. I'll take that. I'll take Soares.
So, Odegaard and Maddison. Now, sources say, and this is Big Steve's sources, and Big Steve's sources are quite credible. He says that Grealish will sign for Man City next week, and that Bernardo Silva becomes available. If Bernardo Silva's available, does he change your mind on Maddison or Odegaard, or would you still go for
how much do you think Bernardo Silva's going for?
Let's just say roughly.
Madison's gone up to 70 million now.
Let's say Odegaard's 40 million, Maddison's 70 million, Bernardo Silva's 50 to 60 million. 26 years of age, Bernardo Silva. He's won league titles.
I knew he was going to say that.
Pep Guardiola. He's coming into his prime. Or Maddison, who has taken the step up well at Leicester, maybe deserves the next step up. Or Odegaard, who probably has the best leadership qualities out of the lot.
Agreed.
I'd say Bernardo Silva would be my main choice.
Yeah,
because
same. And
with Emile
Odegaard's
Smith-Rowe's
next.
contract, Emile Smith-Rowe's 20. Bernardo Silva's 26. So if you have both for 3-4 years, it's by the time Bernardo Silva's on the way out, on the way down, you have Emile Smith-Rowe hitting the prime.
Yeah.
Whereas if you bring Odegaard 22, Emile Smith-Rowe's 20, or 24 and 20, it's closer in, which is not the decisive factor, but I still think it's things we have to think about.
I think the club, over those 3 options, I still think I would want Bernardo Silva, but I know the club would go for Odegaard. 1, cheaper option. 2, I feel like Arteta really is honing in on building this young squad.
Yeah.
And I know you need experienced players in there, but I just feel like he's happy to see the youngsters come through and shine, and he's putting so much faith into them. I think Odegaard would be his option. Odegaard with Smith-Rowe. Yeah. I would want Bernardo Silva personally. Yeah, what you said there makes complete sense. 3 years, returns 26 to be 29. Yeah, and Smith-Rowe will be 23. It makes a lot of sense. 20. Yeah, so yeah, that makes sense to me.
Van de Beek. Yeah, I wanted him last season.
I wanted Van de Beek. I think
instead of Aouar, we should have got
for him, man. I feel for him. Man United took
We wouldn't be scrambling around for midfielders this year if last year we went and bought Donny van de Beek for 35 million and Partey for 45 million. That's 80 million. Two, central midfield players, very different. And they could partner up, but instead, because we waited to see how Xhaka will work out, and then he came back in, and we was messing about again. Here we are this summer trying to find a midfielder that, in all honesty, Donny van de Beek would have fit that exact mould.
Yeah, he would have. He would have came in, slotted in. But
that is what it is.
But it is what it is. Odegaard did come in as well, and I wasn't angry at that either. We got to be real. He done well. He did a good job when he came in.
Odegaard's been our best January signing for a little while.
Yeah.
You think of Dennis Suarez and big up Mari. I'll give you Mari. Micah says, big up both of you, great work. The work you do is inspiring.
That's fair, man. That's proper nice,
come
man.
on.
That's
Sometimes
cool.
nice comments, man.
Come on, big up.
Ashwin from India says, remember, if we are stronger, then our opponents are getting even more stronger. We are getting nowhere. This is the truth. With caps lock on, he means business.
Sam says, for me, it's Maddison out of the three. Sorry, just taking some comments quickly before we wrap
Robbie
up.
said that as well. Robbie and Lee Judges, I spoke to them earlier on Forever Arsenal, and they said the same thing. Out of all three, they'd take Maddison. Me and Stricto, I said Bernardo, and Stricto said Odegaard, I believe, but let me not misquote him. Robbie definitely said Maddison, and Lee definitely said Maddison.
Listen, all three options are good. Listen, I'd love to see just one of them come through the door. I'm not even asking for much, man. Are we? No, we're not. We've only spent 50. We spent 74 million in this window so far. It's a lot considering it's a COVID window, but we're eighth. We were eighth, so you know. Future looking bright. Says Wayne Newman. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about bright, but yeah.
No, the future. I think if he's saying about the youngsters, the future of us. Well, if they're still here.
The youngsters are bright, but they was also bright when we had Fabregas, and Wilshere. If we don't do what's necessary around these youngsters, then they can be as bright as we like. They will seek pastures new once they feel like they need to take the step up. Hopefully, Arsenal can be the platform for that step up for these young players. Because we can, if we want to be, but it comes down to the owner. And regardless of how many good youngsters we've got now and how much we can get behind them, part of getting behind them is ensuring that this club starts moving in the right direction off the pitch. I got a lot of abuse on Twitter recently because a minute clip was taken out of context where I said, why are we relying on the youth and academy? And that's nothing on Saka or Emile Smith Rowe. That was more towards last season when we could have sold Eddie, we could have sold Ainsley Maitland-Niles. We didn't. We held on, and their value is diminished because of it, and we're still buying young players on top of young players. Like in world football, you don't see that work out much in terms of challenging for the highest honours. Young players on young players.
Yeah, it's true.
You need a bit of leadership, character and experience in there. So
you can't win anything with kids.
Yeah. Jonathan says, Cecil, my guy, Arteta doesn't trust the youngsters. They saved him last season and now he's decided to use them. Remember, he parred Pepe for Willian. Yeah,
I saw this comment. I disagree. I do disagree, I'm going to be honest, because he gave Saka his chance many a times. But he proved himself to be in a squad. Emile Smith Rowe, he was injured for most this season. As soon as he was available, brought him in to that 10 role. The likes of Eddie and Nketiah, don't get me wrong, so I still would want to see a lot more from him, but he's had ample time to prove himself to be a star up front, which for me means he's giving the youngsters a chance, an opportunity. There is some that have fallen under the radar, but that's because I don't think they've earned their right to play. But a lot of the youngsters did save him, that is true, but he gave them the opportunity to do that, in my opinion, and he fought for them.
Yeah, because of course it's nice to give youngsters a chance. Of course it's nice that Haaland boy's got the number 10 and we've given
it saves him a little bit as well. It does save Arteta a little bit as well.
Nice. And if you had an owner and manager and like people care about the club enough, you could just take it for what it is, which is giving youth players a chance and trusting them. But because of the way the club has acted over the last 10 years and the way they've manipulated fans, I fear that this, again, is them trying to blindfold us.
So you saying...
Listen, I've already got a lot of stick because a lot of fans are saying to me, get behind the youth, get behind the young players. And I do. But I feel like the best way to get behind them is to ensure they have the best players around them.
Yeah, to
but
inspire
other
them.
people deem that negative. Other people just want to go and support and, and be positive, thinking that's the best thing for the youngsters. Maybe it part of it is, but it's not going to matter to them much in 2-3 years when they look at themselves and think, can I compete at Arsenal for the Premier League or the Champions League? No,
So-
I might have to think differently.
Are you saying say if Arsenal were like had the owners like Roman Abramovich and they could buy Arteta could buy whoever he wants, do you think the youngsters would be used still to the same capacity, do you think? As in, like, if Arteta could just pick anyone who would spend all the money on all these the experienced players, would the youngsters still get used? Because I still think they would still be integrated
I
within
think when
the
you
squad.
look at the gaps in the squad, yeah, and okay, without William Saliba and pre-Ben White being confirmed, centre-back, central midfield, right-back were 3 priorities and attacking mid, yeah? I think leadership in the right-back position, in the central midfield position, and the centre-back position can be vital. So we already had ready-made positions that we needed to attack and approach this window that probably would be better off with experience. We don't need to go and replace Saka for experience. We don't need to add experience into Martinelli's position at Emil Smith-Rowe's. We need to add experience around them.
Right.
I'm all for giving them all a chance. I want to see them have more and more games because you know that's the shining lights we have. But they need the experience around them.
Aubameyang and Lacazette not experience around them?
The right experience around them.
I just wanted to check. Alright, we're coming towards the end.
And we hit 1K. Come on, people. Love for the love.
Thank you.
And we're over 7. We're over time.
Oh,
I need to get home.
I need to get back to my
talking
yard.
to me, sister, man.
Sorry,
You talk
bro.
too
You know,
much,
I like when we listen. I get caught up in it. We're on this show, guys. We have to wrap up. Thank you all for watching AFTV News Daily. Thank you for joining us. Turkish, thank you. Any closing words?
Yeah, G-Bell out.
G-Bell.
Yeah,
Okay.
he just said Turkish out, so.
G-Bell out. Okay, fair. And Laurie out. Laurie out. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.
Peace.